If the season ended now, Sheffield and Fife would be a playoff matchup, since the Fife Flyers have already wrapped up the Gardner Conference and neither side can realistically catch the front runners. Playing for quarter-final seedings at this stage is all that remains. Fife have a 3-point lead over the Steelers and 3 games in hand. It's a must-win for Sheffield if they want to catch the Kirkcaldy club. Jonas Vesterling is out through injury, but Zach Fitzgerald is back in and the team needs some goals. They've only managed 1 in their last 2 games. Steelers in the orange, Fife in white. And the puck is dropped. First possession is battled for. It'll come into the Steelers zone. And they'll have to play it out down the near side boards. Bit of a deflection. Oh, Fife with an early shooting chance. And the Steelers, who conceded on the first shift against Cardiff on Wednesday night and the first shift against Belfast last night, give up a shooting chance within 10 seconds. Paul Thompson has been frustrated at his team's performance in first periods, not just recently, but throughout this season. And 2 shots on goal for the Flyers early on in this one.
And how many times have we said it over and over and over in the last half a dozen games that there's been a chance that every period off the first line come in, and it all starts with a rim play around the boards that Colton Freder doesn't get a piece of, goes straight to a Fife Flyer player, and he puts it right in on Mustakovs. And this is the second opportunity, albeit a long range chance. You're giving Fife a little bit of options here and a little bit of energy right off the bat.
Stockton out with Finucci and Mosey. Marquardt steps in and takes the draw, wins it for his team. He was the Steelers' sole goal scorer last night. And now the Steelers will venture into the offensive zone for the first time. Oh, and he's found the top corner! It's the Steelers who've made the fast start this time. It's Marquardt again. He's been on fire recently.
Well, you know, Marquardt, it's great to see him scoring goals, but he's shooting the puck here. You watch how good he comes in here, uses the defenseman as a screen, shoots the puck in stride, which is a big one. That may have just got a little deflection off the defenseman there and goes top shelf over the blocker of the netminder, but that's a little bit more than what you want from Sheffield to get. And it looks right away here that the netminder has gone straight off the ice. I don't know what that's all about, but it looks like...
My word, Andy Isles is not going to be able to continue.
So something's happened there.
Jordan Marr is making his way out onto the ice, and this is... Well, this is a major development in the game after just, well, 1 minute and 16 seconds.
He's not impressed on the bench. You can see him there. He's not happy at all as he puts a blocker into the glass.
On the Flyers is the message from Ryan Linder and Robert watching in Glen Rothes. And Sarah's wondering what's happened to Andy Isles. Well, after conceding a goal on the first shot that came his way, he made his way to the bench. Apparently injured. We don't know what the nature of the injury is. There was nothing particularly obvious. Played back out, and Marr is there to smother it again as the Steelers' fourth line creates another shooting chance. This one will be kept in the zone. Here's another opportunity. Big slap shot, and that one's in the top corner.
Yeah, Ben O'Connor looks like he walks in and hammers one through there. Good forechecks by Fitzgerald and Phillips. Shooter knocks the puck down there, and Ben O'Connor drags to the middle of the ice here and then takes a nice, good, hard shot about halfway up, a bit of a rolling puck. Maybe just knuckles on Marr, and he just sees it go up and over his glove, but a good fourth line shift, as you said. That's sort of the third or fourth shot that they've had in the shifts that they've done. So this is what we were saying when we got onto the topic a little bit earlier, what it's going to be like. Sheffield have 4 lines to roll through here. Fife have 2 or 2.5, 3.
Flyers gain the zone. Sent back across. Nice shooting opportunity here. Mustakovs makes the save. There's a couple of backhanded whacks and then cleared away by Francilla, who was stood in the crease. Mustakovs had made the initial saves, but his aggression had taken him beyond the blue paint. And he was grateful to Mika Francilla being behind him. Another rebound comes into a dangerous area. Was nearly played back onto his own goal by Waugh. Mustakovs is busy at the moment, and Flyers are pushing for a route back into this game. They want to half the deficit, and that shot takes the deflection and goes a touch wide. Still they push. Here's a shooting chance in the slot, and it's blocked. And there'll be a break on here with Fretter. Waugh trails behind. Fretter tries to cut in front. He does, and he puts the puck in. The net was not loose, but the goal will count. And it's another pretty goal from Colton Fretter.
Well, you go all the way back to Sheffield's zone for this one. The start of it, the way Mustakov's battled to keep the puck out of the net there. Colton Freder puts his shoulder down. Nice little play here up and over. Marr maybe down a little bit early as he tries to push out, as opposed to maybe just standing up and going across him with the body. Colton Freder, good drive to the net on the outside. Good puck protection and popping the puck up and over the netminder there. So
Francilla blocks that one with his body.
That was a very, very long shift for that line that was out there. Nearly 2-minute shift before all the players from Fife get off the ice. So that's extremely tiring, especially with the short bench.
Wallace driving straight through. Nelson takes over. Kirk's the option down low. Still it's with Levi Nelson. He swapped places. Kirk's gone to the middle. That's where the pass is intended. It will arrive at Kirk. He's trying to pull a little move. Francilla steps forward. Mika Francilla back into the crease. Oh, and he scored. It's gone in off the stick of Marr. It's unfortunate for the netminder, but it's a 4th Steelers goal, and this one will belong to Mika Francilla.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate here as he comes back. He just throws it back to the front of the net, and as Marr is getting up, it just comes off the heel of his stick as he tries to get himself back into position.
Steelers 4 in front, and the game certainly feels like there's more on the way. David Phillips. Cross to Matheson. Jonathan Phillips. Shudra is the support. A couple of Flyers in on the scene as well. Stockton, who will move away from the pile. Flips it forward to centre ice, but it's easy for the Steelers to take back. Those outlet passes from the Flyers just aren't finding white shirts at the moment. Steelers will slow it down and allow the Flyers time to make a change, although O'Connor has danced past Finucci in some style. And here comes Valdix. Drop pass towards Waugh. Backhand attempt, and it's squeezed in. And the Steelers have a 5th. Matthew Waugh's got a goal.
Yeah, they're starting to run riot here. That just pushed Fife's defenders all the way back in below the hash marks. You know, Matthew Waugh just goes right around. You can see right there all the players are deep. There's plenty of players back, but again, as Marr goes down to get back up, he just can't quite get up to cover the top part of the net. And again, Matthew Waugh is a pretty good goal scorer here to put it up and over the short side shoulder as Fife look like they're taking a bit of a time out here, maybe just to regain some composure and try and slow the Sheffield attack and onslaught down.
Gathered back by the Flyers. Can they generate something as they enter the offensive zone on the left wing side? Well, not really. And it's going to be Fitzgerald operating as a forward tonight, who's held up at the blue line. The Steelers have got to be careful. That was nearly too many men. If that had hit the skates, it would have been. Oh, and then Fitzgerald has backed into a hit. Oh, and then an ole as David Phillips came in. And the play is still continuing. And David Phillips wants to have a word as the whistle is going to go now, as there's all sorts happening a long way away from the puck. But Fitzgerald backed into a hit there. And then David Phillips came in for a big hit of his own and was given the slip.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referee's going to call here. What's he going to call? 2 minutes for talking to the guy and ignoring the puck? I'm not quite sure what...
delay of game?
No,
cross-checking.
A cross-checking penalty. Well, you know, bit of a tough call there on Fitzgerald as well. Yeah, he's turning around and the player does go through the numbers of him, but you know, at the very least, to me, you give both guys 2 and 2 to calm any situation that comes down here. As you can see, it's right through the numbers. Fitzgerald doesn't know he's coming. The Fife player doesn't have to do what he does, but Davey Phillips comes in as well and does a little bit here and takes him down. So
Helis back to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Mustakov saves it. And the Flyers corral it. Another shot that comes through and it's deflected away by David Phillips. Uses his stick well. Helis once more collects it. Tries to pull a move. Good poke check from Mustakovs. Penalty is over. Fitzgerald comes back out. Flyers continue to press, and again, good use of the stick.
Davey Phillips is dead on this one. Sorry, he's absolutely dead. He's been there 2 whole minutes on this power play, and he still can't get off the ice. Sorry, Jonathan, go on.
Phillips has got defensive work to do here. The Flyers move in. Pass fed across. Oh, and it's deflected to Kirk, and he's got nothing but than Fife netminder in front of him. Liam Kirk!
Yeah, nice little shot, Liam. Good job, buddy.
Off the bench, onto the puck. And Jordan Marr was the only thing that stood in his way. and Kirk was not going to pass up that opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good short side shot off the post. Seen that a couple of times with Kirk against Marr in the younger days through junior hockey. Good job by Liam.
Puck is just sitting there. Flyers get onto it. Oh, and the shot is way off target. It wasn't a good snap attempt. And now here comes Fretter, driving the Steelers forward while short-handed. And he's just going to play the sensible play and keep possession. David Phillips, D to D, O'Connor. Now the Steelers have worked this nicely. Back to Fretter. He's going to draw a crowd in the corner, but it's precious seconds ticking away from the Flyers. O'Connor steps onto it. Steelers are short-handed. They send it towards the goal. Was there, so's Fretter. And the Steelers have scored. Number 7. This one, short-handed.
And you see Ben O'Connor's the first one to jump onto a puck here. Sheffield a little bit fortunate, but again, Fife, how can you leave Matthew Waugh and Colton Fretter unattended in front of the net and leaving their young guy in net there to hang out to dry when you're on the power play?
And they've got Brad Day in goal for the third period, so Evans Mustakovs will take his seat on the bench, and we'll get to see Brad Day for just the 5th time this season. I think if the Flyers are going to be at their best, it's going to be earlier in the period. They've had a good 15-20 minutes to sit down and rest up. The Flyers will enter the zone. Drop pass. Big slap shot. It's beaten Brad Day. And the Flyers have got themselves a goal.
And there you see it again. The first shift of the period. The first shift seems to be Sheffield's absolute nightmare here. It's just a big, hard shot coming in. Don't know whether it just fools Brad. It goes off the post and in. Not quite.
Under a lot of pressure here at the moment, and it's held up. And then a good turn from O'Connor. Fretter nicely on the spin, snaps it. Good save again. Steelers are starting to turn the screw. Get a feeling that the 8th goal is not far away. And this one is held onto by Marr, and it just relieves a little pressure.
Yeah, another couple of good saves there by Marr. You know, good on him, standing strong. But this is a great save here off Davy Phillips. Great right foot push to get back to the middle of the net, and good job about it as he stays square and he takes it off the chest but keeps it nice and big. So
Mosey moves it inside. It's all a little bit tight. There's plenty of Steelers bodies in the way, one of whom is Wallace. Nelson. Steelers driving forward. Wallace goes to the net. Nelson trails. Save made. Wallace has put it in on the rebound. I'll be pleased with that. A goal for Tim Wallace to make it 8-1.
Yeah, he will be, but a good save here. A nice little play by Levi Nelson. Doesn't quite get all of it, but Marr makes a good pad save again. But yet again, the Fife defender just allows Wallace to get inside position there, and there's nothing that the young netminder can do except watch it go in the back of the net. Good finish by Wallace there. As you said, he needed something like that to get himself going.
Belfast have got one back in Cardiff. That game's 4-2 in the Devils' favour. This game's 8-1 in the Steelers' favour, but our Flyers got themselves one last moment. Steelers will break away here with Phillips, and he's got Fretter in support, who's on a hat-trick. Towards Fretter. Oh, he didn't get a touch. Penalty is over. Zach Fitzgerald is out of the box, and the final few seconds are ticking away. And the game will come to an end, and the Steelers have equalled their best ever Elite League win against the Flyers. Final score of 8-1. Damage done in the first 2 periods. 3-0, 4-0, 1-1 the period scores. And it's a job well done for the Steelers tonight. They rolled 4 lines all night. They even got a period out of Brad Day. And they've got themselves 2 points to close to within just 1 of the Flyers in the league standings. The Flyers have games in hand, and the teams do still have a meeting left up in Kirkcaldy later this season. So James Isaacs is the man of the match for the Fife Flyers tonight. The Flyers were winners here back in December by 3-1. Steelers man of the match is Ben O'Connor. 1+3 on the night. And he's ensured that the Steelers take the 2 points tonight and salvage something from this weekend. It was a difficult loss for the Steelers in Belfast on Saturday night. Well, plenty of reasons to cheer tonight. An important league win. And I can't believe that Dean Woolley is entrusting Ben O'Connor with that expensive piece of kit.
Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance. I would give Ben O'Connor the camera to skate around. For as good as his edges are, not to mention there's probably about 2,000 pictures being taken right now. And not one in focus.
I'm sure these will be on the Steelers website and social media later tonight. Does that mean Dino gets to play left defense next week?
We'll see how well he skates. I'm not quite sure how well he can do, though.
Well, he did a great job walking along with Dave Sims, Elliot Hall and Neil Edwards, raising all that money for Western Park Cancer Charity and Blake McCaughey. Still time to contribute if you haven't yet donated. The walk may have finished, but you can still contribute money if you haven't already. Those two great causes.
Tim, congratulations. A good team performance tonight.
For sure. We started off hot. You know, Mags had that good goal, and then we just kept rolling. I thought all game we were pretty consistent from the goalie out, and it's fun, you know, when we play like that.
Yeah, 7 different scores tonight as well.
Wow, I didn't know that, but that's good. That just shows our depth, you know, with this group.
This league is a weird league, isn't it? Cardiff seem to be on a little bit of a different level right now, but everybody else on any given night, Fife beat Nottingham, we come and beat Fife.
Yeah, anything can happen. I heard Edinburgh beat Belfast, and you know, you just got to be ready for every team in this league. And I think these guys have gave us pretty good games, pretty hard to go in there and win on that long bus ride. But they got a good team too. But tonight we were pretty desperate. I think we were pretty frustrated with the way things went last night. But we had a trip in and battled through it and got the 2 points.
It was a frustrating night last night because we did enough to at least get something out of the game, didn't we?
Yeah, we played solid. We didn't give up much. They didn't give up much. Played pretty well defensively, and then that goal, man, I don't know what's going on, but they said the video review wasn't working, but they could have just looked up at the screen, I thought.
Just talk us through now the build-up. How does a team get motivated now for the playoffs in this next 3 or 4 week running? Because it's important. The league may have gone, but it's important we keep the ball rolling, isn't it? For
sure. I mean, you can't switch it up. Try to play your different game. I think going into playoffs, it's important that you play the same way. It's a good prep for us for the playoffs, and we got to play the same way every night. So hopefully we keep rolling with it, and hopefully we have a good run in the playoffs.
I can't remember the last time we didn't have a midweek game, and Paul's just told me you've got a few days off, and I think the boys need that. It's been so much hockey since Minsk, hasn't it?
It has. It's been a lot, but we deserve. I think we deserve it. I think we worked hard since Minsk, and yeah, it seems like since the beginning of the year was the last time we had a regular week. But I think we're going to enjoy it, rest our heads, rest our bodies, and come back ready to go.
Paul, that must feel nice.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, come back from Belfast. We were disappointed. We'd come away with nothing yesterday, and a decision that was made 7 minutes to go in the third period. I thought it was goaltender interference, and the officials didn't. And I thought it was a harsh call against us that maybe stopped us having the opportunity of getting a point, or maybe 2 points on the road in Belfast. So to come back today and get a good 8-1 home win, and was very pleasing. Very happy for the boys.
Nice to get off the board early as well, and Mag's got you off to the perfect start.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? I mean, we've conceded early in games lately, and it's all about focus. It's all about being ready, being geared up, and Mags gets a great shot, great release, shoots in stride, and we get on the front foot straight away. And they've got some guys missing, but we've had guys missing all year. So, it was nice for us to get a commanding 3-0 lead in the first period, win the second period 4-0, and it was a 1-1. Gave Brad 20 minutes of ice time. Did well on the 5-on-3 for us. So, happy all around. It's been a tough month, Dave. It's a lot of games, a lot of hockey. Since Minsk, it's just been ridiculous, our schedule. So we're going to give the boys a couple of days off. It's the first time since April the 6th that I think they're going to have 3 days consecutive off. And they need it. I need it. They need it. We need to get away for a bit.
Yeah. Just on tonight's game, scoring was spread around as well. That's nice.
Yeah, seven different scorers tonight, and every line contributing, and really really pleased that we could put on a show and score some nice goals for our fans tonight, and and go with a kind of nice feeling into this little semi-break for us before we get back, midweek and prepare for Braehead.
Okay, just a quick one on Westerling Fitzgerald. Fitzy comes back in, did a good job the weekend, but Westerling out for roughly how long?
I think he's going to be another week, so I don't think, speaking to Paul Tether there, I think he's probably going to be out of the equation for Saturday. But I like Fitzy. Fitzy's come back in, worked hard on his conditioning, and he's got that face mask off now, and we played him. I think he did a tremendous job on the PK with Jono. Really happy as a forward, really smart, and I thought he did a really good job on our fourth line. I like the look of that. So pleasing to get him back in, and pleasing to get the win today.